This beautiful bird right here is a South Florida special bird called a snail kite. As you can see, it's flying with something in its claws. That thing is a snail, an apple snail to be specific. The reason they're called snail kites is because they're very specialist predators, feeding almost exclusively on large snails like apple snails. Now this individual right here is a male. Males can be easily identified from females and immatures by their all black coloration, with a very distinctive white tail band, as well as bold orange feet and a yellowish, orangish or reddish, sometimes very heavily down-curved beak. Females have that same heavily down-curved beak, but are more brown mottled in coloration.
So this little guy right here is called Ammophila pictopenis. Now this is a member of the family Sphekidae, which are called narrow-waisted wasps. And if you look at that abdomen, look how constricted it is at the base. That is why they call these guys narrow-waisted wasps. Now these guys are in the genus Ammophila. They don't have a common name, so we just refer to them as their scientific name, Ammophila pictopenis. But they could be separated from other similar members of the genus Ammophila by those orange wings. Nice orange coloration on the wings. They also have long and thin jaws for a wasp. So when their jaws aren't open and trying to bite me like this one is, they have a seemingly long, thin beak. But they could open that up and bite you with those jaws. It's not a very powerful bite at all, as you can see. It's biting me, but it is not even causing a single bit of pain. So I'm going to release it back. So that right there is an ambush bug. These guys are actually a member of the assassin bug family, but unlike the larger, fierce predators of the assassin bug family, the ambush bug prefers a smaller, and as you would assume by the name, ambush approach to hunting for its prey. It'll blend in with the center of this flower right here, and it has raptorial forelegs, which means kind of like a praying mantis. They could tuck their forelegs in, and they're very sharp at the end of the forelegs, and that'll help them catch prey like small insects that would land on the flower, like small bees and flies.
I have no clue why the species is called star-bellied orb weaver, and I can't find it anywhere, but it was still an incredible lifer, because I actually had no clue this species existed until I was reading about this species a few days before catching it. Weird little coincidence for sure.
So this right here is the southern yellow-winged grasshopper. So you can see a little bit of that yellowish coloration from the top right here, a little stripe. When the wings are opened up, they are bright yellow in coloration. So you can see like that. Now these guys make a very loud noise when they're flying. And when grasshoppers fly, oftentimes you'll hear their very tough wings clapping against each other. Now that sound is called crepitation, which is very interesting, and I just heard a crepitating sound right now. So as you can see that very strong, powerful leg that these guys will use for jumping. Now the species southern yellow-winged grasshopper is the only species in the genus Arphea that can be found this far south in Florida where I am. But just to eliminate the other species, the southern yellow-winged grasshopper has a less defined but still pretty defined ridge on the pronotum, which is that plate on the thorax, as well as the back part of the hind legs, which are called the hind tibiae, being the palest in this species than any of the others. And also on the face, I don't know if you can see it, but there's these ridges running down the face. The shape of these ridges can be used to eliminate the species called sulfur-winged grasshopper, which is very rare in northern Florida. That right there is my lifer, long-headed toothpick grasshopper. Now, these guys are actually not closely related to the spur-throated toothpick grasshoppers like the cattail and glassy-winged toothpick grasshoppers. These guys are actually closer related to slant-faced grasshoppers. Stridulating slant-faced grasshoppers in specific. Now these guys are obviously called long-headed toothpick grasshoppers because they are very long and look like a toothpick, and that head actually starts from right down here. That is all head. Very long head, especially for a grasshopper. Now the genus Achurum can be separated from similar toothpick grasshopper genera like Murmeria by like the knee area right there, having 2 spines coming out from the back. That is a great way to identify this genus from similar ones, because immature Murmeria grasshoppers could look very similar to this. Now, these guys can be found in these kind of scrubby areas with long, thin pieces of grass. Now, I actually did not expect to see this species in Palm Beach County. I know they've been recorded in the southern Everglades, and I know they've been recorded in central Florida all the way down to, like, I think Jonathan Dickinson Park they've been reported at. But I was not expecting to find this species here in Palm Beach County. A very good record and a lifer for me. I'm very excited to see one of these. Something interesting about long-headed toothpick grasshoppers is they never grow full wings, so they're flightless throughout their whole life. Now, I believe this is a full-grown or nearly full-grown individual, so they don't get much bigger than this, even though it's very long. The wings are like little stubs at the end of the thorax there. Beautiful species.